Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. It is a Hay House product. I don't know the website off the top of my head, but if you search up Chris Ann, Light Seers Tarot, the Light Seers Tarot, you'll find it. Supportive Oracle Cards, Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. I thought there was a website for this. I don't know what it is, but again, same thing. You look up the creator, you should easily find it, I would think. I want to say I've done that before. Not in a while, but I've done it. What do we have for Scorpio? One more. Okay. What did they do? What did they do? Now, on the outside, the surface level, I feel like you're getting along with this person. Something's wrong here. Like, what is wrong? I feel like they're putting up a false front. And I feel like you're catching on to it with the Page of Cups, which is not surprising for Scorpio. They're putting on this false front, and I feel like this isn't working. They're putting up this false front. You're catching on to it, but I feel like you're letting it be. Kind of like, all right, you don't want to tell me what's going on? Fine. Don't tell me what's going on. Because I feel like you're picking up on it, but it's annoying you. Kind of like, all right, sure, you want to act like things are fine? Then things are fine. I feel like it's insulting to you for some reason. Kind of like, you know, I know you better than this. You know I know you better than this. Why are you playing this with me? They're going through something, and they're trying to act like it's better than it is. They want to handle it on their own. Is this good or bad? Because I feel like they're having a hard time. They're having a really hard time. They don't seem to be stepping out of it. Pharaoh, come on! They seem to be very insistent that they're going to do it themselves. They're going to fix it themselves. They're not going to pull you in. They're not even letting you know what's going on, but they're having a really hard time with this. Very stubborn. Very, very stubborn. There's like the Hierophant is like an earth energy. The Hermit card they also have going on here, that's another earth energy. They're just like, no, I don't want to pull the Scorpio in. I don't want the Scorpio to help me this time. I need to fix this myself. The bottom line is that's not necessary, but I also get if they're insistent on that. That's the ironic thing. This is another Earth card, actually. The Devil card is another Earth card. You're kind of like, hey, you want to do it on your terms? Then do it on your terms. But this is also a card that's kind of like, it's annoying. Kind of like, you want to suffer in the mud? I could just help you get out of it. Oh, you don't want my help? Then fine, you don't get my help. It's annoying. It's insulting to you. Kind of like, you know, whatever. Suffer. Go ahead. If that means so much to you, you go right ahead. It's annoying. I keep feeling like, even though you're not doing anything, I feel like it's gnawing at you. Kind of like, ugh, why don't you just let me help you? It's annoying. I do feel like you're getting aggravated with it. Now, the thing is, even though it's aggravating you, it's also you're stepping back kind of like, maybe they need to learn that. Maybe they need to learn when to ask for help. So, you know what, I'm not just going to run in there and help them. I'm going to wait for them to ask for help. Maybe that's what they need to learn. Maybe they need to learn to ask for help. And I feel like it's really getting under your skin a little bit. I really do feel that. But it's kind of, you do care about this person, but you're like, hey, you want to be stubborn? I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. It seems to keep weighing on your mind, though. It's like weighing on your mind. You've got the Page of Wands with the indecision. I feel like every now and then you keep dropping hints. Kind of like, anybody need any help? Anybody need any help? Like, you're just dropping these heavy hints. Like, anybody? Anybody stuck in the mud and need to get pulled out of it? Anybody? It's like these, they're like, oh, I don't know what the Scorpio's talking about. I don't know who I don't know. it's a weird game. It's quite obvious. To me, it's like other people around are like, what are they doing? I feel like other people are watching you with this person and seeing it, and they're like, what are they doing? Like, why are they doing that? They're also not stepping in and getting involved. But I feel like this person is going to pull themselves out. They're going to pull themselves out. They're going to do it. They're very stubborn about it. And they want to prove it to themselves that they can. I think this is what it's all about. They want to prove it to themselves that they can. They're going to pull themselves out of this heavy energy. And they're going to have to really be honest with themselves and also realize that's the thing. They're always, it's going to be one of those things where they're being very, insistent that they have to pull themselves out. It's also having a good effect because it's kind of like, wait, how did I end up in this situation? And they're realizing it's their own fault that they're in this situation to begin with. So it is kind of helping them. It's almost like they're holding themselves to a higher standard. This actually is working out good. This is somebody I feel like you just keep an eye on. You very much care about them. Things are going to be fine. I feel like there's more things coming forward with this person. This situation itself, watch how it plays out in the future is what they're saying. Realize that whatever this is they made the mess with and they decided they had to clean it up themselves, they seem to have improved quite well. Maybe this is something you might want to remember and kind of like, instead of them doing this in the future where they just get very insistent that they have to help themselves, maybe you should insist that they help themselves. Maybe you might want to just kind of realize that actually worked for them. When they got really stubborn and they insisted on fixing their own mess and they didn't ask you to help them, they learned the lesson and they moved out of that problem. They stopped repeating it. It's very ironic to me that they did that, and it worked out very well. The thing is, going forward into the future, maybe you might want to keep an eye on this, and when they start coming to you for help, maybe push them a little bit more to help themselves first. Kind of like, this may be a good starting point where you just keep pushing it back on them a little more, kind of like, I'll help you, but before I do this. Before I do that for you, you do this. And kind of keep empowering them. They did really good with this situation. It was hard for them to do it. It was very stressful for them to do it, but they did learn. So going forward, maybe it's kind of like, yeah, you know what, that did improve things there. And that subject isn't as bad as it was before. After that moment where they held themselves to a standard, they did make notable improvement. So maybe going forward, when they ask for my help, the Scorpio, when they ask for the Scorpio help, you're like, well, before I do this for you, help yourself with that. Once you've done that, then I'll help you move forward. Because I think they're saying this is something where, watch how this works out for them. Watch how this is actually a good thing. And then insist they keep doing similar things going forward. Because I feel like it's ironic to me how this is coming in. The door to value, the caring connections, and the hermit. Because they really have to think about this. For some reason in this moment, they have to help themselves. They're very defiant almost about it. But I feel like this is a good pattern to start with them. This is a good thing. In the future, they may not want this as much. They may not want you to hold back. But I feel like you're going to see how much this actually worked in their benefit. And they're saying, in the future, still help, because you're gonna. But, restraint a little bit more. Kind of like somebody wants you to make them dinner. Kind of like, well, I can make you that, but I need you to go to the grocery store, get these things and cut up the onions and get things started. And when I get there, I'll help you finish it off. Just make sure you have all the ingredients, start it going, cut up the onions, put the butter and garlic in the pan, get them carefully sauteing on the low heat. And when I get there, I'll take over or I'll help you do it. I'll teach you how to do it. Maybe that's what you'll do. Instead of just doing it, because Scorpio is good at just getting it done. Kind of like, all right, yeah, I'll just do it. Maybe this is the evolution of this moving forward if this wasn't happening. Or maybe you do this with certain subjects and not other ones, and maybe this is the time to transition this into new subjects and new ways of doing things. Kind of like, all right, yeah, I'll still do it, but I'm going to teach you to be more self-sufficient. I'm going to teach you to start doing this for yourself so that if I'm not there, you're not just like going, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to teach you how to take care of yourself. I think you're going to teach them more. I think it's very interesting to me how it's very aggravating to start off with, but when it goes like past the bend here, I feel like it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. Actually, I see the good here. When you have more control over it, I feel like it's easier for you. It's not so aggravating in the future, kind of like, before I do this, you do that. When you have more control, it's a lot easier. But it's kind of like, well, you know what? This works out for them. Maybe they're right. I need to teach them to be more self-sufficient, so this is the time to start it. Let's keep going with it. Are we good? All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Oh, and the donation information is below as well if you're interested. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.